But I didn't know that launching that, I was gonna have so many eyeballs on me from everywhere. People in the network, people at corporate, people turning me in left and right. This year has been one of the hardest years of my life.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our 2013 Top Elite Partner of the Year, Tasha Pearson.
Before we get started, for the lawyers, everything that I am sharing in this video is based on my own personal experiences, thoughts, and feelings. These are my interpretations of events as I have lived through them. My intention is to share my story honestly and respectfully without naming names or placing blame. This is simply my journey, and I hope it helps others who may relate in some way. When I finally decided I needed to start planning my exit, so I was recruiting a team, but I still at this point wasn't having a lot of success. And when I learned what other people were doing for their teams, I wasn't willing to do those things. I was not willing to beg people to sign up 12 of their friends so I could get bonuses. Again, disclaimer, I do not know that for a fact, but I have been told by people on certain teams that that was the type of behavior happening. People were constantly plugged in, micromanaging coaches on their team to make sure they were doing all of the right things and staying up until midnight every Wednesday night before rank advancements happen. And it's just like, I wasn't willing to put myself through that stress. And again, I didn't feel like I really had to because yeah, I wasn't getting any of these bonuses, but I was still earning a lot of money because I had a really big customer base. I was earning a lot of residual commission. And because of that, I was like, I don't want to do these other things that is required to be a leader or grow a business. I think by the fall of 2022, after hearing what the comp plan changes were and knowing the impact it was going to have on the company, I was able to put two and two together. And I realized, okay, stock price is going down. Company's not doing very well. The goal is not to make the network happy. The goal is to make the shareholders happy. And I realized all of this money Beachbody would be getting back because of the comp plan changes to me, and I don't know this for a fact, but I assumed it was to make the company look profitable. I knew that things were not going well. And again, they also started announcing these crazy sales. For me personally, the changes that they announced, my income would be going down 25%, which is a big chunk. 25% is a lot, but it was way more than 25% because on top of the comp plan changes, they also did a BOGO sale and they were discounting. It was like, it literally, I'm like, it looks like you're going out of business. If it looks like you're going out of business, maybe you're going out of business. And to me, it's like, okay, you're not just cutting my commission through comp plan changes. You're discounting things so much that really I'm losing closer to 50%. And it's like, why am I going to keep doing this? You just told me through your actions, we have the power to cut your income by this much money and you have no say over it. That was my reminder of I don't actually own this business. I don't own my customers. I can't make any of these big decisions. I don't own anything. I don't have any say. I wasn't feeling aligned anymore. I was not valued for what I was doing. And I knew I needed to leave. Like I said, when I started, this was exactly what I needed. I needed a way to be able to make money from home without having to do all the other business stuff. I knew one day I would have a big business. And there was a period of time when I thought Beachbody was it. But this was kind of that wake up call that no, Tasha, you're meant to do something different. There's something else out there for you. And I decided to try and pivot at that point. I could see things were going downhill, not to mention there were other network marketing companies changing their model to affiliate marketing. For me, I'm like, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Because I sat there on that day they made the changes and I thought to myself, man, if I were the CEO, I would have gone to an affiliate model a year ago, if not more. Like, this doesn't seem smart to be putting this much money into a network that's not bringing in new customers. Like, why would you do that? It didn't make sense to me. And so I thought like, that's probably where things are headed. And I learned so many skills along the way. So I am really grateful for that. If it were not for Bodi, I would not have learned as much as I did about my own weight loss journey. I would not learn as much as I did about social media. Like, when I went to school, there was no such thing as social media marketing. When I went to college was so long ago that you had to have a .edu email address to have a Facebook account.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
There was no digital marketing. everything that I've learned about social media marketing, I've learned on my own by just doing my own research and trying things. So I've learned a lot. I was able to grow this huge platform. I've been able to reach so many people. And I realized at this point, my mission is so much bigger and it's not aligned with Beachbodies anymore. I don't want to play this game. I do not want to build a team and try to help other people build a business that didn't really want to. They weren't working very hard. I didn't want to drag anyone. But I also had this mission and I have always been passionate about helping women get results, changing their life the same way I did. And so I needed to find a different way that I could do that. This was around the end of 2023. Funny thing is, I kind of took my foot off the gas in my business around Summit because that was around the time where I'm I don't know if this is what I want to be doing anymore. I still finished the year as top coach. That's how high my numbers were. And I don't think I mentioned this previously. The first year that I was top coach, they actually changed the rules that year on how you earn points. I don't know that this is the reason why. No one told me this is the reason why, but put yourself in my shoes for a second. No one could beat me because my sales were so high. So they changed the rules so that in other categories, if you had leaders on your team or people rank advancing, you could earn double the amount of points in that category. So even after those changes, I was still top coach in 2024. I was still maintaining my business, but I was thinking about my exit plan. So by this point, we are at the end of 2023 and I was thinking about what my next move was. And at the time, I had also had scheduled a breast reduction and a tummy tuck that I was doing in the beginning of December. And going into that, I knew I was going to be in a chair recovering most of the time for a long time. People had warned me. And so I knew I'm going to take that time where I literally am recovering and I am going to build something that is my own. Pretty much all of December, I was working on creating my own course. I did not have a name for it. I kind of had the beginning ideas of what I wanted to do because I had learned so much. Like I said before, doing the To Be mindset opened my eyes to it's actually possible to have a healthy lifestyle. I think I realized at that point, the diet industry doesn't actually want you to lose weight for good because then they would stop earning money. It's no one's giving people long-term solutions until I found the To Be mindset because it made me realize that it's not just about what you're eating. And yes, it was the Plate It method and the nutrition helped me so much. And it was when I started to think about things differently. And so the course that I created, I knew I wanted to make it around all of the other things that I did to lose weight, the habits that I created. How did I create the habits? How did I manage my mindset? How did I manage my emotional eating? How was I able to make those changes? Because in the beginning, when I had 100 pounds to lose, I didn't think having a healthy lifestyle was possible for me. I didn't even want a healthy lifestyle. I literally looked at a healthy person. I'm I don't want to eat salads and run all the time. I don't want to do that. I like ice cream. Listen, you don't get to be 100 pounds overweight because you don't like food. I like food a lot. So I think doing that was my eye opener. And I realized the program I wanted to create was all of the other things that I knew went into weight loss. I wanted to teach people how to create the habits, how to do it in a way where it feels easy because you can lose weight in a way that feels easy. And people think it's so hard. But if you take it slow and take a slower approach and work on little changes at a time, it can be easy. It can be sustainable too. Yes, it can be sustainable. So I remember it was Christmas Eve. I still wasn't able to sit on a couch. I thought by then I would be out of my recliner, but no. But luckily my husband moved my recliner out to the Christmas tree so I could sleep by the Christmas tree. And I just remember I could not sleep for the first time in a long time. I felt so excited. I had so many ideas going through my mind. And I realized I was I know what my thing is. It just hit me. It was that moment where I'm I know what I'm supposed to do. And it was to create the Body Confidence Academy because I couldn't think of a name for my course. I was what do I name it? What do I name it? It needs to be catchy. It needs to be this. I'm no. For the longest time, my group with Beachbody, I called it the Body Confidence Club because that spoke to me. And I realized why don't I just do body confidence? It's going to be more than just weight loss. I actually envisioned something so much bigger, a place where women actually support women, a place where women aren't competing with one another, a place where we're not focusing on being duplicatable. We're focusing on being the best version of us because I was so tired of people telling me that you're so good at what you do that it's not good. I felt I was doing something wrong when really I had this wake up call of maybe I should be celebrated. Maybe we should all celebrate each other for our strength. Maybe we should all lean into that it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
I think that's worth saying too. Saying it even louder is that I've noticed because I'm still new to your organization and getting to know your organization from the outside and kind of understanding what that group was and what it is currently. And there are still scores. There's still things that people can earn. The thing is there's nothing but positivity going on in there. Yeah. Everything that I noticed is everyone's encouraging each other and being wow, what is they're doing?
I'm not competing for sales.
And even though they're competing for who's got the top points and things that they're doing, they're celebrating each other.
Yeah. Yeah. So I really started to just reflect, like, what do I love most about what I've done over the past, 5-10 years? And it was really helping women get results. And I loved my group and I loved helping them. And I loved seeing the results that they were getting, not just the physical results, but like the emotional results. I mean, when someone says, I can get on the floor and play with my kids now, that is rewarding. And that's what I wanted to create. Like, I wanted to create a better environment for people. So that was when I realized I saw body confidence as something so much bigger. And I was like, why don't I just brand that? I could see it going in so many directions. I could see doing events. I could see having a weight loss course. I could see having a cookbook or an athletic wear line. Like, I could see so many things coming out of it. I really wanted it to be community based and a good community that the culture was good and the culture was monitored. And I knew that that's what I wanted to create. And so January of 2024, this year, I launched the Body Confidence Academy, which was the weight loss course that I created. But I didn't know that launching that, I was going to have so many eyeballs on me from everywhere. People in the network, people at corporate, people turning me in left and right. This year has been one of the hardest years of my life.